welcome back to another video on my channel. Today, again, I'm not using the products from Sparkle Supplies UK's Advent calendar. I'm just going to use products that I already have, because the one that is in today's on day 19 is one that I put in my giveaway again. So today I'm using this colour here as my base, and it is called Pink Petals from Gel Perfection. It is a beautiful colour. I've done one coat already just to save time on the video. I'm just going to do my second coat now. Now, you know that I usually film the first coat and not the second. I'm doing it the other way around today because I'm actually going to be using the second coat to adhere my product that I'm going to be using on top. So I'm going to do a half cure of this coat in my lamp, because I say it all the time, but just in case you don't know, Gel Perfection's what's it called, gels don't have a very tacky inhibition layer, so to make sure that they are tacky enough for me to apply a product to, I'm half curing, applying my product, and then continuing the other half of the cure afterwards. So I've painted this one, as you just saw. I'm just going to pop this in the lamp now for a half cure, so in just 30 seconds. And then I'm going to use one of the Tias Beauty Aurora pigments on these nails as my background, because they are beautiful. And this is just going to be a super simple design, but for how quick it is, we're using quite a lot of products really. We're going to use, well, not a lot of products really, but obviously we've got a base colour, we've got a Aurora pigment, and then we're also going to use a stamping plate and also some crystals. So we're getting our money's worth with using our nail art, but not actually using it for a really long time, which is good. So the other one is now finished. I'm going to pop this one in while I do this. I do have brushes, like certain brushes that I use for different things. I've got like a glitter one, a dust one, and then a pigment one. So I'm just going to get the one that I use for dusts. I use it for the holographic dusts as well, so I'm just getting as much of that out of it as I can, because it is very glittery, but I don't care if there's a few specks on there. Just don't want it to be predominantly glitter. And then we're going to be using, it's called Jewel Aurora from, like I said, Tias Beauty. I'm just going to dip my brush in there, pick some up and place it on the nail. I'm using the tacky layer instead of a no white top coat, which is what you'd usually do, because I want it to be like this sort of effect, like sparkly, not chrome, because they look beautiful used in this way. I mean, they look beautiful as chrome as well, but it's the joy of things like this, is you can use them in different ways. So like I said, that's only half cured, so we need to fully cure that now. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp for another 30 seconds to ensure that that gel polish, I need to move my phone to keep knocking it with my brush, but to ensure that my gel polish is fully cured, I've just popped that in again. Now make sure that you do get quite a bit of product on your brush, and you don't ever keep tapping the nail in any place where you haven't got product on your brush, because you will remove the tacky layer by keep prodding at it without anything on your brush for it to stick to it. So just bear that in mind. But look how beautiful that is. It's absolutely stunning. These are so pretty. So again, I'm going to cure that for another 30 seconds. And then once it comes out of the lamp and that's done, I'm going to get a nice clean fluffy brush and just dust off any excess. And then all I'm going to do is just put a coat of base coat on, because I don't want to apply, what's it called? I don't want to put stamping straight onto a pigment nail, because it's going to be all rough and it's just not going to sit very well. So you want a nice floaty layer of base coat to make sure that you're not dragging off any of that product, and also to make sure that it's completely covered, because we're going to have to remove the tacky layer from the base coat to apply our stamping. So obviously we don't want to pull any product off when we do that. So we're making sure that it's all completely covered. And then once I'm happy, I'm going to pop that into the lamp and do the exact same thing for the other nail. So again, just dusting off any loose bits to try and prevent getting my base coat absolutely covered with glitter. But I do recommend having one to use as normal and then one to use for glitters as well, because it is inevitable that you're going to get some specks in there. But again, I'm just floating it over and really making sure that everywhere is covered. And then once I'm happy and I think that everywhere is covered, I will pop that into the lamp for a full cure. And then, like I said, once it comes out, I'm going to take the tacky layer off, and then we're going to be applying some stamping. So I'm going to be using, where is it? This image, no, is it? No, this one, this image here, that is the snowflake that I'm going for on both nails, just because it's really pretty. It's got a dot in the middle, which is what I wanted, because I'm going to be applying some crystals, basically. This is what we're going for, and I'm going to be doing the stamping itself in black, because I've done a lot of white stamping lately, because that's just like the natural go-to colour for what's it called, for snowflakes, but you don't have to do the colour that they are usually. So I'm going to go with black, just so it's something different. So yeah, just waiting for this to cure. I'll take off the tacky layer, and then we can get going with the stamping. This stuff is, oh god, I'm making lots of noise. It's everywhere, obviously, because pigments are just one of those things. There's not really a lot you can do about not getting all over the place. But like I said, I'm going to remove the tacky layer, so I'm going to do that now. So as you can see, when you remove the tacky layer, that pigment is still there underneath. It's obviously a bit matte now because there's no tacky layer making it look shiny, but the pigment is still there because we nicely floated that base coat over the top to make sure we didn't pull off any of the pigment when we removed the tacky layer. So both of those are absolutely fine, just looking a bit dull. So I'm going to go in with stamping, like I said. Get a napkin so I don't get my stamping polish all over the place, which is inevitable basically. I'm going to try and get my stamping plate in camera. There we go. And then I'm just going to go straight in. So I've got my stamping polish. Totally forgot to get a scraper and a stamper, which is a bit pointless because I can't do anything about those. And then I'm just going to take the lid off if I can even do that. I'm just going to go over my plate and make sure that it's nice and clean and there's no cotton bits there, so I always go over with my finger after cleaning it to make sure. And then all I'm going to do is just place my stamping polish on top, scrape off at a 45-degree angle. Don't want to put too much pressure on and scrape off too much, and then remove any excess that we don't need from the stamper, and then we can go in with onto our nail. Like so. There's one, and then I'm going to do another one further down. I'm just again popping my polish on there, scraping it off, pick up the image, get off any excess that you don't need, like so, and then placing it onto the nail again, like that. So that's one nail, and then I'm going to do 3 of them on this. So I'm going to have 2 like hanging off the edge and then 1 like on the nail properly. So I'm going to do the middle one first just to make sure that that one is where I want it, and then the ones surrounding that will just be put in a gap basically anywhere. There we go, and like I said, just going to pop the first one on in the centre, or close enough. Never actually get anything central, I'm useless at that, but never mind. And then again, it's going over my finger to make sure there's no cotton. Pop in my stamping polish on, rolling over it with my stamper, getting off any excess. Very, very repetitive. And then I'm going to pop half of it down here, and then the other bit up here, like so. I think I might do a bit at this end as well actually, just to get this one packed. Get as much snowflake on as I can. So I'm going to put this one quite far on so I can get another crystal on it. Like so. Very pretty. I love the black with that base. It looks really, really lovely. So on this nail, you might be able to see, I'll show you in a second, this bit of black here that I don't want. I'm just going to get a brush and just wipe it away. Really, really easy, like so. And then I am just going to do one more of the, what's it called? I've lost my train of thought, of the snowflake, just so I can use the edges of it to fill in any gaps around the outside of the nail. So again, just picking it up, getting off any excess. And then, like I said, I'm just going to use the corners to fill in any gaps. So I'm going to do one down here, just a little bit, one over here, and then maybe one more point. I've got a hair on that. Just there, like so. Perfect. Right, now I'm happy with that. I've took the hair off the side. I'm going to get rid of everything that I don't need real quick. These coloured crystals over here are the ones that I'm using because I think they match that lovely pink black background really well. So I've just got how many I need out and the sizes that I need on my palette, so it's easy for me to pick them up. And then all I need to do is just get my nails back. I've got some base coat on my palette next to me. I'd usually apply them with Clear Builder gel and they last forever, but I'm just using base coat now because obviously I don't care about them lasting on display tips. I'm just getting a blob of base coat on both those nails right in the middle of the snowflakes, and then I'm just going to pop those in the centre like so, and I'll pop that into the lamp for a full cure while I do the other one. And then again, just put a blob. I'm only going to put one in the middle of this one and that top right corner. They're the only ones where the middle is like completely on show and can fit a crystal in the middle. I didn't really think it through. I should have popped this bottom one down here a bit further up so I could have fit one on there as well, but never mind, you live and learn. To be fair, I probably could have fit one on there anyway, but I'm not going to bother now. So I'm just going to pop that in the lamp now for a full cure as well. I'm going to clean up my desk because it is a mess. And then I'll top coat them quickly off camera and then show you what they look like at the end. So here's how they turned out. I absolutely love them, to be honest. That base, like chrome, really comes to life when you top coat. Just look how just beautiful it is. It's like pearlescent. It just looks amazing. I love the Aurora Chromes. So yeah, let me know whether you like the design, whether you'd wear it or not. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.